Hey everyone, welcome to the Marketing Checklist Viewcast. We're Sharon and Hank Yuloff from Yuloff Creative Marketing Solutions. When you're looking to solve your sales, your marketing, your human resources challenges, we are the small business coaches that you call.
On this Viewcast, you will meet and learn from successful entrepreneurs who are out there making it happen right now.
Yep, here's how it works. We have pre-sent the questions to our guests, and if you've watched other episodes, you know that's how it works. We know what the answers are that they're going to give. We just want to get you the very best information. And there's a kicker.
The interview itself will be just 7 minutes, 21 seconds.
Yep. Why is that?
That's our wedding anniversary.
You're darn right it is. So why don't we get started? Why don't you introduce our guest who we've known for a long time. Y'all are going to love him. And we'll get started.
Ricky Powell, Mr. Happiness Guy. Are you on?
The guy, the legend, Mr. Ricky Powell.
Awesome. All right, Ricky, keeping in mind,
guys.
We have a 3-story building. What is your elevator story?
Well, after a very exciting career in entertainment, starting at the age of 7 in front of the camera, doing lots of TV shows and commercials, a couple of movies. After college, I moved behind the camera, spent 5 years working on the Golden Girls in post-production, landed at NBC for the next 25 years, putting virtually every network show on the air. And suddenly, I kind of took a step back, looking through a macro lens and realized I really want to serve people on a higher level. I was looking at what I felt mainstream media was contributing to our society. I felt like a lot of times it's not positive. And so I just began really serving other people, helping them achieve their goals in life. Much happier now.
Awesome. So what's your business really all about?
So my business is really all about helping people achieve excellence, both personally and professionally, really in every area of their life. So mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and of course, financially.
Fabulous. So why should they flock to you?
Because I'm the best. No, I'll give you the real answer. But honestly, and I love you guys so much. I really hear a lot of the time that after a conversation with me, people really walk away feeling more inspired, more uplifted, really feeling that I sometimes believe in them even more than they believe in themselves. And I leave them inspired and ready to take action.
I believe that. What tips could you give to our listeners?
So my number one tip is to share with people what I feel are the 4 most dangerous words in the English language, which are, I already know that. I already know that.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Closing off, right? Because when you do that, you're closing yourself off from learning. My number one tip really is to never stop learning. Stephen Covey said the key to success is dedication to lifelong learning, and yet only about 20% of the people are lifelong learners. And of that percentage, only 5% are action takers. So never stop.
Well, heck, before we started, guys, Ricky, tell them what you learned just as we were getting started here.
Mistakes happened.
Well,
I won't mention
microphone. About your own microphone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very good. Thank you, Hank. Yes, I learned that with this Yeti microphone that I'm using, when it's flashing, that's a good thing. If it's solid, that's a bad thing.
Who knew?
Who knew? I didn't.
Before today, not us.
Right?
But not us.
And we didn't even have to go to YouTube to learn how to fix it. I figured it out.
Oh, my God.
Well
He's just that good.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Ricky, what's an amusing job title for you?
I would say probably Chief Happiness and Success Officer.
Yeah.
I've also been called the little voice whisperer because, frankly, I love helping people turn that little voice inside, sometimes from being your worst enemy to being your best friend.
Definitely. What are the most common questions that people ask you about your business?
A lot of times people will ask how I remain, happy and positive all the time. And frankly, the answer is I don't. I mean, we're all human beings, right? And so, we all are on that roller coaster of an emotional journey, but I do my best. And I try to tend not to, if I'm for whatever reason feeling down or mopey or in a bad mood or whatever it is, I never want to inflict that upon anyone that I am communicating with. I love it. Dennis Prager equates a bad mood to bad breath, right? You would never want to inflict your bad breath on anyone. Why in the world would you want to inflict your bad mood on anyone?
Exactly.
That's originally why timeouts were invented. They actually weren't for the kids. They were to give the parent a timeout because they were in a bad mood.
I'm going to need a moment. You go to your room.
Right.
Love that. Love that.
What's the most unexpected thing that you've ever encountered in your business?
I would say the most unexpected thing I've ever encountered is when I was in the middle of, actually, it wasn't even in the middle. I was maybe about 15 minutes into a 3-hour presentation that I was delivering at a seminar where someone that I had known from kindergarten, who I had totally lost touch with, showed up in the audience and began walking up and came up on stage, completely breaking down, literally weeping, apologizing for things he had done in the past that he thought that I was holding against him, which of course, well, like I had forgotten that they even happened, but he really broke down, and I gave him a hug. I said, Alan, it's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And I
Alan
put him
wasn't
at
his
ease.
real name. You just put in a different name there, right?
Of course I did.
There we go.
Of course I
Hey,
did.
I don't want to get sued, man.
Oh.
The small
For various
podcast,
reasons, I promise
limited
you
budget, no legal budget. Hey,
No.
what's your favorite business tool you use to get the job done?
So aside from my heart and my brain, because those really are my go-to tools always. We at Southwestern Coaching, we use a navigate tool. And so we have our clients take an assessment, and we've all seen the DISC assessments. I took Clifton Strength Finders. There are many, but the way this breaks it down truly into one of 4 categories is wonderful. And it shows people really what their style in every subcategory is and how to relate to them. So I love using that tool.
And knowing you take that tool and make it work even better for you. So that's kind of cool. What's the 4-letter word that best describes you?
I'll spell it for you. LOVE. That's the 4-letter word I use.
Okay.
Yeah, love is huge.
And the question that we seem to have invented just for you, the happiness guy. What about your business makes you happy?
I think really when someone takes action on something that I've suggested, or we discover something together, or that aha moment comes up, and then here's the big part, they take action and see that, yes,
and it works.
And it works. You can't get happier than that.
I mean, that's the absolute best. When we have a client that comes back and says, guess what? And I'm like, okay, I got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
My favorite question we ask, and the one we hear from people all the time. All right, Ricky, what did you learn in nursery school that you still use now?
Be kind. Be kind. There's nothing more important.
Because you never know when 30 years later, some guy's going to walk on your stage.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah.
And what's his name, Hank?
John Philip Sousa.
Yes.
Let the dead guy sue me.
He came up doing 76 trombones. It was
exactly.
Amazing. Yes.
So what's the #1 fantasy lead you could receive? Somebody watching this and they say, oh my gosh, I know that type of person.
Thank you for asking. The #1 fantasy lead would be someone, a decision maker who has a sales team of 3 or more people, really any size company, in sales. And so that encompasses a lot of industries: insurance, real estate, mortgage, automotive, you name it, pharmaceutical. The list is endless, but someone who has a sales team of 3 or more people.
Wow, that's only thousands and thousands of companies.
And, if that's not enough, any really entrepreneur in sales, I'm happy to speak with also.
How did you know this was going to be your calling? Because I'm pretty sure, 6-year-old, Mikey Jr., all the characters you played. You were acting, dude.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Ricky, how did this become the calling instead of acting?
Hank, would you like to know the exact moment?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, it was, I think it was April 10th, 1985. No, it wasn't. It had to be June. I'm sorry. It was June 10th, 1985. I was house sitting for the producers of the Golden Girls. It was 2 a.m. and I was flipping through the channels, and up pops Tony Robbins doing his personal power infomercial that I stumbled upon. And in that moment, I literally thought to myself, this guy's a genius, because it doesn't matter what your problem is, he has the answer. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And so that was the first investment I made in personal development. I spent my $179, ordered it, listened to it, immediately found out Jim Rohn was his mentor, dug into everything Jim Rohn ever did, and I never looked back. I just
you went in the backyard, you opened a fire pit, you started walking across it.
Were you there? How did you know that?
I've seen the video.
Have not done the firework, but the firewalk, but actually have eaten fire. I did that thing, like the sword swat. Yeah, the whole.
You became a dragon?
Became a dragon.
Wow. All right. So do you have an offer you want to give to our listeners to begin the conversation with you?
I would be happy to. I would be happy to. So for anyone listening who is intrigued by this, who wants to maybe talk about what one-on-one coaching could look like, because it really can be life-changing if you let it, happy to give either a 15 or 30-minute, free complimentary call to determine whether a workshop would be good for your team. If you do have a sales team, I don't know why it wouldn't, or if you'd like to go a little further and maybe have a call where we can go deeper and I can help you create a business action plan. Again, sort of reviewing to see if this could be something for you.
Well done. We have now finished another episode. Bring us home, babe.
Well done, Ricky. Please go connect with Ricky at rickypowellswc.com. You don't need to remember that. It will be in the show notes.
Yeah, and if you're going to try and type it in, it's Ricky without an E. There's no E.
Yes, thank you.
Just Ricky, as in Ricky Nelson or Ricky Ricardo or
Ricky
Gelb, or any number of other famous Rickies that we know.
Or Ricky Powell.
Or Ricky Powell. So there you go. And if once you connect with Ricky, you can connect with us. If you want to be on this podcast, all you have to do is go to howtogettherefaster.com. You can book your own 30-minute success call, and we'll talk about small businesses, how you can improve your business.
Awesome. So go connect with us at howtogettherefaster.com, and see you next time.
Yep. Remember,
love you guys.
Everything happens for a reason.
Be the reason things happen.
See you, everybody.